Friends, welcome to studio today, and we are here with one of the senior citizens, and we simply want to ask him for his experience in life and the advice to the youth. So I'll ask him to introduce himself, and then where he came from, his hometown. Then we'll take it from there. So, sir, welcome to studio.
Oh, I'm so grateful to you, my brother. I'm overwhelmed by this. What is it? This encounter with the youth. Yes, I was born in 1946 in the town of Samankesi in the eastern region to a couple of uh, couple. My mother was called Dorothy Nti, and my father was Kwesi Otu. My father is a traditionalist, so he never attended church, but my mother was a strong member of the Salvation Army Church, into which I was born. That was where I was baptized as a Christian. So I grew from there. From there, I grew up till when I reached a stage of about 5, 6 years. I happened to go accompany my father to the farm.
Okay.
When we went to the farm, the way we did, my father was so impressed that when you came home in the evening, he advised my mother to stop me with the education so that I can accompany him
To the farm.
Wow. But I was saved by my mother. He said, "Oh, Papa, let me speak. Papa, say what the only you and what the man and in some year dear. But to me, so my father understood. So he allowed me. That was my savior. I went through school, elementary school, up to standard 7, and I came out. And then from there, because farming was a habit to me, I was a pleasure. So from there, I went to farm. It was during the farm I cultivated granite.
Okay.
And then from the granite, I sow from the granite, I sow maize. The maize, out of the process of the maize, in fact, I love school from the beginning. So immediately I had the money, I sent myself to secondary school.
Okay.
At the Samankese Secondary School, where I started at first. So I went there as a day student because I didn't have money. So I went there as a day student. So from there I have to from 3. Then from 3 there was I had a friend who completed a Dodua Secondary School. Okay. So he was my intimate friend. So he advised me that the school was very good. So there I went and sat for common entrance, the late entrance, and I got myself admitted into Dodua Secondary School, where I passed through the Form 5. Then from there was during that time, from there you go to sixth form.
Okay.
So I passed, and there were very few people at that time who were admitted into sixth form, and I happened to be one. Okay. So fortunately, my choice was St. Augustine's in Cape Coast. So I went there and completed my sixth form there. Unfortunately for me, my sixth form, I didn't clock the aggregate to enable the requirement to let me enter university. So I came home. That was I came home, and then from there I had an opportunity to join the bank I said I joined the bank with the view that I will be doing remedials. Then after that, I will enter university. But when I entered the commercial bank, that was where I was, because with my grades in the elementary school, with the secondary school, it was the best. So anywhere I applied, I was just admitted. So they admitted me in the bank, into the bank. And from there, I work, and I was so hardworking, but I loved the work. I was so hardworking that my promotion just came like that.
In the bank.
In the bank.
Okay.
It was there, in fact, I was really headed. So I forgot about the education. The target. So I branched. So from there, from senior clerk to clerk to senior clerk to assistant. Then from there, I had my transfer to various branches. From there, first of all, I went to Bremenes Kuma as a sub-assistant accountant. From there, I had a promotion as an assistant accountant, and I went to, I was given a branch. It was there that I was given a branch to man at the Bremenes Kuma. From there, I had my another promotion. So from there, I was transferred straight to WA. From WA, then over there, I was there when another had another promotion. So they transferred me to Tamale branch.
As a head?
As I said, in fact, the Tamale branch was a branch. Okay. So I went to serve as a assistant manager. Okay. So from there, it was there that I came home. I came on a retirement. Okay. And after the retirement, ever since I have been, because my interest was greatly in farming. Immediately I came from retirement, I acquired, when I was at Kade, I acquired some lands and then started cropping cocoa, oil palm, and others. So from there, all the time, I gave to some people to take charge for me while I was going around. So immediately I came home, then I continued. So ever since, the cocoa is there, the oil palm is there, and the oil palm is there. There are 3 places: Bremenes Kuma, Kede. We have a place called Ukumeni. There, I have a cocoa plantation there, and oil palm plantation there. So from there, I've been receiving proceeds to supplement my pension. So ever since, I've been living on this proceeds from the pension together with my proceeds from the farm together with my pension, and I've been but before then, when I was in the bank, I was going up and down, and then a lady, my wife was a telephonist in those days, Ghana Telecom. So he had a friend called Gladys, and the Gladys, the husband was a commercial bank staff. So he was with the lady, and the lady saw me, and he advised the lady to have he brought us together. We were going for those days this entertainment. I've forgotten the entertainment. I didn't have television, so we were going for also for that day.
Okay.
Yes.
That was the entertainment?
Yeah, that was the entertainment those days.
Was it a TV show or?
TV show.
Okay.
It was very popular.
The name again?
Osofodade.
Osofodade.
Okay.
Hey. The Gen Z people will not understand.
Yes. Oh, Osofodade. Hey. On Sunday, anybody who, if you have a television, all houses who had their television was overcrowded. So it was there that this lady contacted me, and then he worked it through me to have an affair with my wife called Teresa Gloria Mo.
You mean to start a relationship with her?
A relationship with her. And then since then we got together, and then we married. Initially, we didn't get together in a wedlock. It was traditional marriage. So we got down. Then we started. Fortunately, we were blessed. with children. First boy, second girl, third girl, and then last boy. The last boy is what he has his car there.
Okay.
Mm.
Is it? He's staying here.
Yes, he's staying here. The first boy was Kwesi. The second one was Mami Adjoa, now married to Mami Adjoa, Mami Adjoa Mwakwan. The third one was Oparibia. As Oparibia was a strong member of Assemblies of God. So Pastor knows her very well. He was very if you meet her, if she was there, a lot of these ladies would just she was very very active and was outgoing. So a lot of people like her. So since then, he has been. But fortunately for me, you see, I'm the type of person, I love children. I love brothers and sisters. So immediately I had a chance to join the bank. My when I went to my first branch was Winneba. When I went there, and then I married, I started bringing in my brothers and sisters who felt brothers who want to come to me.
Okay.
So there was a time my wife had as much as 11 brothers staying with us, and I had a different room for them, apartment for them. So in fact, my wife had been very, very instrumental in mine. So we were there when they all got out. Some were employed out, and they went. Ever since we have been on all this up and down. So so as for Paribia, as I was saying, it was a strong member of Assemblies of God, yes, and the ladies would have loved her during her time. And so ever since we have been here all this while, and when I came home, I continued my farming because I love farming. So as you came, you saw me.
Yes, I saw your farm.
Farming. Yes. So ever since I've been on farm, and all this while, although I hardly, because of my age, I hardly go to the big farms.
So I have people there working for you.
I have people there working for me, and every time I had the proceeds from there. So far so good. I have been on leave ever since I came home.
All right. But you look strong. Yet, how old are you now?
Oh,
you look strong.
The age is what a lot of people baffle. I'm getting to almost 80.
80, almost 80.
Yes.
But you are still strong. What is the secret?
Let's say honestly, the secret is, to be honest with you, I was very sportive.
Okay.
Yes. When we came here for instance, I can jog from here to Circle and back. Every morning at dawn, I wake up and run. That was when I started working Winneba. From Winneba, I will go to Winneba Junction. I come all the time. And when I come home, as for my tea, I never play with it.
Either evening tea or morning tea?
Morning tea, morning tea.
What's the secret behind
the morning tea? That morning tea, I never drink only the morning tea. The morning tea, I mix it with lemon, ginger, and garlic.
Okay. Those are the only three things.
Three things I mix them.
Do you add sugar?
No. In fact, formerly I was using sugar, but I stopped. So I've been using honey.
Okay.
Ever since, I've been using honey, and since then I've been ordering honey in their drums, and they have been using it.
Okay.
So ever since, every morning if you came earlier, you will see my tea. I never play with it. Hey, from bed, I normally wake up at 4. I wake up at 4 o'clock. Wake my wife up. We pray, and then after.
So you still pray despite your age?
Oh, my brother, that's a prayer there. That is our anybody who stop praying if he is
start dying.
You will die. You will die naturally. Honestly speaking, praying is very, very strong. That nobody should really negate it to the background. Honestly, we need to keep praying. Praying is our tool for living. Honestly, yes. And even is anywhere I'm going, even traveling and others, I will be praying throughout when I had an accident, I've been with that car. Any car I join,
You
hey,
are praying.
the moment I enter,
You pray.
I pray, commit the driver, the entire brothers and sisters. I will meet them in the car and then ask God to take us through our various destinations and bring. So as a prayer there, it's very, very paramount. One shouldn't pray with it. So ever since
So when you wake up, you pray early morning. Then
early morning, at 4 o'clock, I wake my wife. I have a alarm. 4 o'clock, I wake up and then we pray together.
Then after the prayer,
Then I wake. I start having my tea and others, and have other rounds.
do you still jog? Do you still do your
in fact, that is the problem. As I was going, I had they say arthritis. So if you can see, even when we come to church, most of the time I'll be sitting down when they say we should pray and stand, because I cannot stand for far too long. It's because of
the age.
No, it's not okay. I don't know whether it comes to the age. Just not many people who have that arthritis. You see, and I've been ever since been working at it, but it's still not working. When I work for some fee, I have to sit down for some time, and then so I have been. But as for this day, say working smart there, I can do it. But so that is.
So what I pick from your experience when it comes to health is that you were always active.
Very active,
very active,
very
running,
active,
jogging, jogging, and you don't take sugar.
No,
you
don't
take sugar.
No, I don't take sugar.
And your morning tea.
Morning tea, hey, that is.
And it's not Milo, it's ginger.
Hey, ginger, garlic, and lemon.
Okay. Okay.
And
also prayer.
Yes. See, the secret of lemon now, when you go to market, lemon is now expensive. People have come to know it. So you just lemon, about 3 of them, they said 5 cedis.
5 cedis.
So now, so what I do is I normally go to the village and ask them to bring me some, and then we squeeze it and we bottle, and I'll be using it.
Oh, okay.
So as for that, the people should take it serious.
Which one?
The tea. I mean, if you really want a very tea early in the morning, you see, instead of taking and what one, it's better tea, as I've said.
Yes. Ginger. Ginger, do you blend it?
No way. Yeah, we blend in and squeeze the water. And mix it. So everything is liquid. And the tea and the garlic, we blend the whole thing and then we squeeze them.
See, but you didn't talk much about your food.
Well, yes, food. As you know, as for the Akims and our food, the fufu and so I started the fufu. But when I grew up when I started secondary school, I stopped fufu. Ever since that was 83. I stopped fufu, and ever since I've been on MPC, plantain and stew and everything. That is what I've been taking throughout. Unfortunately, my wife too doesn't take fufu.
Okay.
And so two of us have been living on this MPC and
so local foods.
Local foods throughout. Local foods. Even Banku, we hardly take Banku. So there are certain foods that when you take, it normally make you as for Banku, for instance, the fufu. When you take, you grow. I don't know how to put it. You don't become active most of the time. Okay. So I don't like it.
It makes you dull.
Dull, yes, that is the word. Dull.
Makes you dull. Sometimes you take it and you're feeling sleepy.
Yes.
I see. So when it comes to your career, you say you work at a bank. So what advice can you give the youth, especially what you have learned throughout your career?
In fact, throughout my career, one thing that even made me not to enter university is because of my hard working. Honestly, when I go to the bank, from even the clerk time, those days the bank, the ledgers that we were using was a
Big ledger.
big ledger. Then you'll be carrying this ledger to the manager for them their signature, and then the colleagues that I joined them with the bank, they'll be slow, but I never when you come and then I will be all the time smart and then serving the so anywhere I went, the manager happens to like me, and everybody likes me except maybe very few colleagues. And then ever since, that's why I started having my promotion. And the promotion made me even forgot
Forgot.
about even because
Special
they were
education.
because the way the promotion was coming, and then it was gingering me to further.
Work more.
So when I got the manager, the branch managership, stop. If I come to the office and a staff is playing with the food, the way I would dress the person, oh, you dare not. So as soon as they see me coming, they will be active. They will be
Active.
active. You see, because I was brought up with that
Mentality of working hard.
exactly.
Okay.
So anybody who starts working, please never be lazy at your work. Always work. Even if your manager or your boss doesn't like what you are doing, you must be very submissive. That is the word. You must
Okay.
be very
Be
submissive and
submissive,
hardworking.
hardworking.
You see, very submissive. Whatever they will tell you, yes, sir, you do it. Whatever they say, but only you can't do something against what your religion
Okay.
says.
Your
So
values and
your
faith.
values, and you need to be firm, and then do what the manager or your boss will tell you to do. Always obey him and do so. Anywhere I went, my immediate bosses will always like me.
Okay.
And
Okay.
humble, disciplined, submissive.
Mhm.
You know, as for submissiveness, there is
need
a
it.
need.
We say hardworking.
Had me submissiveness,
Submissive.
and then you need to be very tolerant.
Okay.
Tolerant should be. You see, yes, there are certain things that if care is not, you not tolerate it. Even if it is not you tolerate it for the first time, and later on you can vent your reason for not
Reason.
even tolerating. You wouldn't have tolerated it, but for you to, excuse me to say, uh, uh, throw a challenge at the time that the incident was going on, it's not the best. It will mean challenging your officer.
Officer.
So, and many officers wouldn't like. Many people wouldn't like when you start behaving that way. Eh,
And I'm sure for the past years you've had relationship with people like friends, families, and
oh
according to
yes.
so what will be your advice when you are dealing with people or you are in
Honestly, as for friends, I always take friends that when I come with you, I study you and see how we can relate. If you are not in my line, I wouldn't go with you, honestly. See, I have been moving with a friend who are mostly who like studies, and who likes, if it's, you are not even education, you must be something who looks hardworking, and then everything. Yeah. So I don't like lazy people.
Mhm.
It's more often than not, all my friends
I'm not
are in,
lazy.
yes, they are in respective jobs and others. You see, so I have not been going in for, excuse me to say, rascal boys or whatever. So all my friends have been. So my parents and maybe my wife would always like the people that I move with. And one very good thing that I did was, because I was going for my brothers and sisters to stay with me,
Mhm.
the very first sister I brought was our last born.
Mm.
He's now in UK.
Okay.
So when the last born was brought, the later on all the others followed. But fortunately, so when the last born he was also married to a man in the with the state insurance. One of the is he, oh, I've forgotten the insurance name.
Is it SIC?
No, not SIC. Oh, one is a private.
Okay.
He married that lady, that man, and then ever since he has been in UK.
Mhm.
But when you go to UK, he's been working there as a nurse.
Mhm.
But the very first time I was there one day, when my in-law came with that Sorrento, my car,
Mhm.
he came and said, "My sister said they should give it to you." Just I was so overwhelmed, honestly. That was the price to love your children, to love your brothers and
Brothers and
sisters, and to
sisters.
give yourself up. Because and through that, my sister, all my brothers, all my children went to UK.
Oh, okay.
They all went to the UK, except the firstborn. The rest, all of them, my sister came for them through their visa. So they all went there. This my boy, the last boy, he is now with the bank, one of the banks in Accra here, and the second daughter, I think he didn't come to me. He parked his car at the
At the
back
back.
there. He's also married to a certain man that you may not know him, and they have all she has been on her own at the moment. He was also working, but she has come out and is on her
Doing
own.
your own thing.
I think this money, mobile. So in actual fact, I was blessed by that act I took by
By
bringing my
bringing your family.
sister, my family to join me while I started working. Because in actual fact, when I started working, I realized that my father too, he was a polygamist. He married as much as eight,
8 women.
eight women. Even my mother happened to, the first wife, the first child of my father was what older than my mother. Oh, but one thing I happened to is that my father loved me. He loved me so much, and what I did was, in fact, it earned it earned my respect for my father. So that is by sending my brothers to come and stay with me. See, and because of that, all my brothers and sisters, ever since when my wife gets home,
Mhm.
the way they will respect her, he has come to earn that respect by my brother, which is a very good thing when you start having children, or when you're married. You mustn't. Yes, different. There may be differences. There may be people, difficult people, but you always have to make sure that you are able to live
Live
with
with
them.
them.
Yes,
But
we manage
you
it. We
managed
manage them, especially for
human relation.
human relation. We manage them. You see, especially my wife,
Mhm.
because you see, cooking and look, you can imagine
Cooking food.
cooking food to feed about the 11 people. This is a tedious, and Winnipeg at that time was a very difficult place to
To
stay.
stay.
But because I was in the bank, you see, as for bank, because of my hard work, I had a lot of tips by way fish,
Okay.
food, and all that. But my mother too, every week he would send me
Send you
food
food.
from a Samankesi because he was a trader.
Trader.
So that was our savior.
Interesting. Interesting. So talking about money issue too, like investment and those things, how were you able to handle your money? Although you're working in a bank,
Yes.
but there are people who work in a bank but they don't know how to manage their finances.
Yeah, because sometimes if I don't have money, I will approach somebody with. But if I make sure that I redeem my
Repay the-
image. Yes, and I never. So that is what I've been living on, and all throughout. In fact, with the bank, because of credit, anything I'm not able to do, I go in for the credit.
Credit.
But make sure that as soon as I'm paid, I
You
go and
repay
settle
back.
it. Yes. Otherwise, I won't be able to build this house.
Very
So
big house.
yes,
How many bedrooms?
it's 5 bedrooms.
Okay, and
So
the story building.
and the story building, these 5 bedrooms, and because I had 4 children. Every
Every child has
every
a
child
room.
had with me, and every room is toilet and bath,
Bath. Okay,
toilet and
and
bath,
suites.
toilet and bath, and So, and my wife and me, we are living in
So,
a
master
yes,
bedroom.
a master bedroom.
Oh, interesting. And with the finance, that's why you were able to invest and buy land
Balance,
and started
exactly,
farm.
exactly.
So
Yes,
investment is key.
it's a very, in fact, if we get the money will come. If the care is not taken, you will
You
spend it, and then before you
forget
realize
what you have used it for.
exactly. But as soon as I had the money, oh, I went in for the land, pay all the expenses, and I went in for people to work on them. You see, so I always go in for people. As soon as they will farm, and then the process will be coming.
So how many people are on your farm now?
Oh, for now, there's one person I've made him to be in charge of all those. I have two people. One is who is taking care of the cocoa and there is one who oversees the whole investment.
Oh,
He is an Hausa man.
So how many acres are we talking? The land put together?
The land put together, in natural fact, initially, when I went to Okumeni, I wanted about 40 acres, but the 40 there before you realize, and I paid for it too, before we realized the man he had given me half of it.
20.
So presently I have cocoa 10 acres and oil palm 10 acres. But I have other oil palm in the various places. One is about 11 acres. A lot.
That's a huge investment.
Yes.
That's huge investment. Oh, I see. So any advice in general from what you have learned, but have you had any regrets?
Not at all.
You never had any
No,
regrets?
no.
You never had any regrets in your life?
Mhm.
Okay.
But the only regret is because I wasn't able to enter university.
See. So any advice in general to the youth, your life throughout, any advice that you advise?
What I would advise them, they should choose their friends well. They should make sure they shouldn't go in for, they must study the friends that they are going in for. Are the people, what is their lifestyle? Yes. Did they smoke? Did they go after women? These are some of the things that they need to study. They can always bring you down because fancy smoking and drinking. You see, they are habits that one shouldn't cultivate. Oh yes. That one they should be very careful.
Mr. Otu, thank you so much for your time.
Most welcome.
The youth are grateful to you.
Yo.
The youth across the world. And we wish you long life so that next year by this time we will come again and then you share your experience with us.